Hi everyone, welcome to another book talk here at 8 Letters Bookstore and Publishing. I'm your host and creative director, Cindy Wong, and with us today is Lucius Arrow, legally known as Kirk Reggie Padilla del Valle. He's the author of Silence the Prier, which is one of the novellas that we launched last year. So, Lucius Arrow was conceived through uncanny means during the pandemic, ripped through the crevices of a man's realm of lucid imagination that coalesced into infinitesimal vagaries resulting from inescapable residues of lockdown anxiety. He was originally born and raised in Bicolandia. His journey veered from the unknown greasy marshlands, occluding the reclaimed shores of the Albay Gulf, into a declivitous urban jungle nestled in the bustling domains of Metro Manila. Ang hirap. Okay, welcome to our 8 Letters Book Talk, Kirk slash Lucius Arrow.
Hello, Ma'am Cindy. Thank you very much also for having me with you. It's a great honor to be here.
Cindy na lang. Okay. So, thank you for gracing our book talk. So, what we want to talk about, you as one of our newest thriller slash mystery authors, I want to talk about, you as an author muna. So, Kirk slash Lucius, so can you clarify on how you, or elaborate further on how you came up with Lucius Arrow during the pandemic?
Actually, Lucius Arrow is just a random name. I came across the character in Lucius Fox in Batman. But I wasn't sure if I could use an alternate version of that. So it's just a random name, and I needed just like a alternate version for me as an author if I really want to pursue writing. So that's where Lucius Arrow came from.
Okay, so have you always wanted to be an author? And how did you decide on the genre that you're going to write? Kasi like you could have chosen another genre, but then as I can see here, of course you've published Silence the Prier, but there will be upcoming novels as well, upcoming novellas that are also under that genre. How did you decide on that?
Um, I guess it has to do with the influence of other authors because maybe since high school I've been into reading novels that are within the genre of suspense, thriller, and action and all that. So I think that's really where my imaginary world evolved in. So pretty much when I decided to be an author, I kind of want to start where I'm familiar with. So this is the world of
Mm.
uh, suspense and thriller and all that.
Mm. Do you have like a specific writer na you can say that really influenced you a lot? Because when we read your manuscripts, your you've silenced the prayer and your upcoming novellas, um, we can see that you really have the talent in writing this kind of mystery and thriller genre. Like you got us hooked right away in the first chapter pa lang.
Well, there's a lot of influence, like a lot of authors that inspired me to write. Um, but there's one author that had a distinct effect on me. If you're familiar with John Le Carre, uh, uh, he passed away during the pandemic, so his real name is David Cromwell. So he's more like a British author, and uh, the first time I read his book, he really caught me, on this mystery world. So yeah, John Le Carre has been the basic influence in me, and also other authors like Dan Brown and Mr. Robert Patterson and all that. So these have been the authors that really um, gave me this belief that maybe I could also write in a way that just like doing a conversation with you, just imagining with you like he's a British author. So when I read his book, I just imagine that he's like drinking tea with me now on the tea table and just telling me what he has on his mind. So that's basically the influence on me.
So I just want to check as well when you were coming up with the Silence the Prayer. Um, it's a coming of age, supposedly coming of age novella. But then the first few chapters they were really focused on um, the Godfather, Police Inspector Arturo Sakay, which really caught our attention. Parang okay, I like this novella because uh, it reminds me of some of another detective novels as well. We have those premises wherein you know they're not supposed to be working anymore, or maybe they're in another field, pero they were dragged into the story. They were dragged into the core on what's really happening, and then actually they're solving something bigger than them. Um, can you tell us or can you show us, take us through your um, writing process for Silence the Prier? Kasi,
Well,
by the
to
way,
be
for
honest,
our reader, yeah, for our readers, magiging trilogy to, di ba?
mm, yeah. So to be honest, Inspector Sakai wasn't really he was not really part of the basic story. He just came up when I felt like I needed a character that would be the opposite of my main protagonist, which is Nash. He's young, so I needed someone older, like someone that is on the like let me say finish line of life. So
Right.
he's like the opposite of Nash. So he needs someone that could maybe guide him in a way. So there's a long backstory that he was guiding Nash in his earlier parts of his childhood and all that. So Inspector Sakai was just it's just
Mm.
someone to support Nash, and what happened as I write along the way, he suddenly came to life. He had his own world already. So I just
Mm.
move on, and I enjoyed writing Inspector Sakai's story, to be honest. So that's the basic thing about Inspector Sakai. He's just the old man that has the wisdom,
Mm.
and he's willing to do the last, or the best part of his life, just to just to like, this is the last full show of his life. So he want to save best for the last, and he want to do things right. So that's the kind of person Inspector Sakai is gonna portray on the story.
Right. Okay. So, the title itself, Silence the Prier. Um,
Mhm.
are we referring to Nash? Is he the
Mm.
prier in the story?
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's was the main reference to the main character Nash. So he's someone who was prying on something that he should not be involved in.
Mm.
He should have walked away when he had a chance. He should have listened to his guts, but he decided to pry. So yeah, so that's basically what the title means. Someone who's supposed to be not there, but chose to be there and had to face the consequence of his actions. And that's basically what Nash did.
Right. We talk about the trilogy then. We mentioned that this is going to be a trilogy. Can you tell us, without spoiling, um, the details, can you tell us ano yung dapat naming abangan dito sa trilogy na to?
Well, on the first part, I just want to establish the miserable life of Nash, of the main protagonist, and on part two, this will be like the action-filled part where Nash will do something, and he will be hustled by someone, and it's gonna be like a decision for him that will really change everything. And of course, it's gonna be a lot of tragic moments, and also a certain period awakening for him. And also, there will be a lot of characters that will be introduced on part two, which will play important roles in part three. And of course,
Mm,
before it all ends, someone will die, and it will be a very tragic uh, part of his life.
mm. Okay, yan. So, dapat abangan yan. So, there you go. How about for aspiring mystery thriller writers? Do you have tips perhaps for them para naman makatapos sila ng novela or novels or maybe a trilogy in the future? Do you have any tips or advice?
Advice. Well, I guess based on my own personal journey, I guess the best thing. Well, I believe that in every person, there's a writer that exists, but yeah, there's that voice inside you that would that would not stay quiet until you do something. So eventually, if you really want to be a writer, you listen to that voice, regardless of the noise around you. Because in the end of the day, it's just gonna be you and the legacy that you will leave behind. So just listen to that inspiration in you, and um I guess you have to just go to the right crowd to support you in your journey.
Thank you for that advice, Lucius Arrow. So, once again, for our viewers, please make sure to get a copy of Silence the Prier. It's going to be a trilogy, so the upcoming novels will come out soon this year and the year after. Yeah,
Yes.
so make sure to get a copy on Shopee, Lazada, and also from our website or even Amazon. It's also available on Amazon, both ebook and the paperback. Yeah, so thank you so much, Lucius, for gracing our book talk today here at 8 Letters. Your insights, they're very helpful, and also, it's also a good intro, since you're one of our newest uh, thriller mystery writer. So there you go. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye.